I'm Todd Herman. I'm the founder of the Peak Athlete, which is a sports science and peak performance company. The work that I do has helped athletes get on the Olympic podium and win medals, achieve personal bests on the most difficult stage on the planet. Had players text me right after a game, 5 days into us working together, and saying, I can't believe I waited 9 years into being a professional athlete before I started working with someone on the mental game. I do it because I just genuinely care that human beings are able to realize their best self in the window of time that they have on this planet. People are going to say, is there a book? Do you have a book I can go buy? You have a book I can buy? And I couldn't say yeah. And I was like, yeah, now's the right time for me to do it. Just kind of like my magnum opus of my experience working with people on this stuff for 15, 16 years. But also just, this is actually not me teaching people as much as it is a remembering. It's such an important message for me that people understand that this is something that is an innate part of the human condition. And it was just important that I stewarded this message properly, and I basically waited until I could really get to a point where I felt like I could do it justice. My dad gave me just great advice, which was, whatever you go and do, find whoever's the best at it and work with them. The expertise that Tucker and the team at Scribe already had, like they had a track record of success. It's one thing to have the process and the system in place, but anyone who knows anything about success knows that there's a lot of nuance that sits in between things, and you need expertise in there to help shape that path for you. And that was just the, not the icing on the cake, but that was almost the cake for me. The onboarding process gave me so much confidence that I was about to be taken care of and shepherded through the different phases that it's going to take to actually write this book. They laid out the plan for me so well, and I could see the different milestones that were going to be happening. They really stepped me through the entire process, and in the end, it delivered a phenomenal book. Writing a book and having that done, it's like that ultimate kind of gold star in this world. So yeah, that's easily my favorite part, is just having that skill set now. I've used the excuse of being dyslexic to resist against some of these creative impulses that I actually have. And so, it was a major dragon to slay to get the book done. There's no doubt about it. But the skill set that I've developed from this process can't be taken away. And it's this, I found this new creative outlet and this new voice that I didn't have before because of the writing of the book. And that's been far and away the absolute best thing. The book hasn't even come out yet, and I've only started to tell people about it the past 3 weeks, but we've already brought in around $40,000 in pre-booked revenue for speeches, and so that's just a kind of a drop in the bucket of what I think is about to come with it. There's a major conference up in Toronto called Archangel Summit, run by this phenomenal guy, Giovanni Marsiccio, and when he heard about the book, he immediately reached out, and the book hasn't even been out on the bookshelves yet, and he's like, I want you to be there next year to help keynote it. And so that's a stage of 3,000 of my most perfect clients and customers. I signed one of the biggest publishing deals for a first-time author in publishing history. We did like $750,000 on this book advance. Barnes & Noble got back to us, and they said that they're in love with the book. They're putting it at every bookstore in America. They're putting it front door placement as well. And they're gonna put a big promotion around it. And they're gonna treat it, because they forwarded me the email, they're gonna treat it like a Malcolm Gladwell book.
You don't know this, but that's a huge fucking deal. Well done, dude.
Yeah.